if I cut now, this will be the end of this video and the start of, I don't know what this is. If I cut now, this will be the end of this video and the start of the next video, which is the ride home. Look at that. Don't know if any of you got that. That was, well, if you didn't watch the last week's video, then that'll mean nothing to you. Hello everybody and welcome to the video. I'm sat in an underground car park garage parking lot at the Travelodge up in Kendal. I've just had a Patreon ride out this weekend and we are heading home, and a very apparent thing to the more observant among you is that I am on the old girl, the old Super Adventure. In the last year or so I haven't really ridden this bike a huge amount. God, look at that, that is a warm old day. I used it for the KTM Adventure Rally and I haven't really used it since. Regular viewers of the channel will know that I love this thing. It's an awesome bit of kit. But when you've got the new shiny Super Duke in the garage, you very rarely even look at this thing anymore because the Super Duke is so good all round. Unfortunately, this thing's sat at the back of the garage getting a little bit sort of rusty, not really looked after and all that kind of stuff. So for that reason, I decided to get it out the other week. I gave it a really sodding good clean. There's a few bits that I need to replace, like I've still got a little bit of paint peel on the clutch slave cylinder. The clutch lever's actually a little bit rusty. Basically, when I got back from Romania, I stuck it in the garage and it was wet when I stuck it in the garage, which wasn't the best thing. And then I got it out the other month and I just sort of looked at it looking sorry for itself, and I kind of decided, you know what, it's time to give this thing the love it deserves. I was here a minute ago, literally just had a little drinky poos, had a Monster and a Greggs because I'm a 19-year-old emo kid, and just outside there was two families having a full shouting match. I don't know what they were shouting about, but there was a lot of effing and blinding and various different four-letter words thrown about. It was interesting. Now I've got the other bikes and stuff, the Monkey running and the Ducati's through its MOT, the Super Duke's had its first actual service. In a position where it's so far up my rectum, you twat. I'm not going to do anything, I'm on a bike, you bellend. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that. You see how far up my arse he was? Normally people have to take me for dinner first before I let them that far up my arse. If you're watching this, that's very much exit only. Done a load of bits. I've painted, like I said, I was painting the crash bars and stuff. I fitted new foot pegs to it as well. I had those SW Motec foot pegs on for quite a while. Just before the MOT, I realised that the mounting bracket had cracked. I'm assuming that's come from like the off-road stuff. So I bought the KTM Power Park Rally foot pegs, but they are massive, like absolutely massive. I could do with maybe getting the rubber inserts for them for long journeys. They are so nice to ride with. You're not teetering your foot around a point. Take one of them. Brand new Motor Gadget mirrors. These are the Motor Gadget M-View flights. If anyone wants to know, I get asked that at least once a week. These mirrors and the ones in the Super Duke. The Super Duke ones are the double-take enduro mirrors, so you can get those from Mad for Bikes. The M-View flights don't exist anymore. Motor Gadget don't make them, but they do another version which looks basically the same. The torque on this bike, mate. What was quite funny earlier is I was sitting on the motorway and I've basically been using adaptive cruise for this whole trip because I don't use it. I never use it. I was doing the speed limit obviously on adaptive cruise control. I was coming up behind the car, so the cruise has slowed down a little bit. For this anecdote, I'll say down to 60 miles an hour. Guy on an S1000 RR, but like a 2017, 2018 plate one. The ones that sort of made a lot of pops and bangs back in the day. They were like the really nice ones with the odd uneven headlights. He was on one of them. He went past me, or he was coming past me, and I had my hand down on my side like this, so you can tell I wasn't touching the throttle. And then the car in front moved over, because it's in sport mode adaptive cruise. is quite aggressive on the throttle. Say for example, I'm sitting in 6th gear, the car moved over, I'm not touching anything, he looks over at me and my bike just goes and he looked at me as if to say like, how the f are you doing that? That corner always catches me out. Did you see that? He tapped his head. That means there's police down here. Crafty buggers, there's a report of police down there as well. Doesn't look like the police are sitting in that 30-mile-an-hour zone, so slow down for the 30s, people. Oh, God, I love this bike! I have to say that airbox has made a massive improvement. Bruce has just done it to his GS. He's added the airbox, the remap. I mean, he's gone decap, which is another step up. I mean, that's what you got to do to make a GS exciting, I guess. I joke. This bike is still very engaging, even factory standard. You add an exhaust on it, and then you can't hear the stock airbox, and you're like, ah, that's a shame. Then adding, oh, there they are. Then add the airbox back in and it just adds that extra level of like, holy cow. So nice to have that wah, wah. You're not legally, I don't think you're legally allowed to warn people about the police's presence, but for legal reasons I am tapping my helmet because I've got an itchy helmet, people. I feel like this guy's not going to go very quick with a high vis and a Schubert helmet, and he's shaking his head quite a lot. So I have a feeling he's not a particularly fast rider. I feel like he might be slightly older and slightly more inclined to be judgmental of knobheads on KTMs. Let's see if we can get past him, because 48 miles an hour is not the speed I wanted to do on this corking bit of road. Return to riding as I wanted to on this bit of road. What's quite nice on this is you don't actually have to ride massively over the speed limit. You can ride within the speed limit and it still feels relatively like you're going for it in a sense. Oh, look at that squiggly bit of road. My other option is to sit on the M6 toll road. I'm very delighted that I didn't do that. This is the sort of noise you'd get if you didn't have an airbox. A little bit of the exhaust, nothing major. Now if I just drop down a gear, Jesus! This is such a good road. Move out my way. Oh no, there's cars coming the other way on the one bit of broken road. I think I have a police car behind me. The head loop. At least they're not after me. I mean, I could just do that. Yeah, boy! We've got to enjoy the road without catching up with the police, because then they will know that I'm going quick. I'm not overtaking on. Keep going. I'm not overtaking on solid whites. I appreciate his effort to move over for me. We're going uphill on a blind corner with double white lines. I'm not going to overtake. I'm like, no. Now I'll go. Oh God, this bike. Just 4th gear. Yep, I'm going to go. Why did I ever contemplate getting rid of this thing? Well, I know why, and there is still a chance that in 3 months time I'm going to sit there going, yeah, I don't need it, but I think I'm going to regret it. Mike is probably watching this whole thing just going, oh, you're an arsehole, Sam. got my hopes up for no reason. 2 miles, windy road. Hello. What a bike! Texaco, Asda Express. Do I fill up here? Oh my god, why is there so many bikers? That's cool. It's an Aprilia Touareg with knobblies on it. Bikes just look better with knobblies on. Or knobby tyres, as the Americans keep saying, I should say. Why do the Brits call them knobblies? Because we do. Well, because I do. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. Sometimes I just need to stop talking. One thing I do miss about my Super Duke was it would have come up saying I have range by now. At the moment it still says 60 mile range. It knows I've filled up, but it doesn't say I've got any more range, and it doesn't say I've got any more full tankage. I've got a mouth full of sweets. Still not got full tank of fuel. I'm sure it never used to be this slow, so I'm wondering whether my fuel level sensor's on its way out. That's slowly going. Still not. Still not. Still not. Still not. I might throw it around some corners and see if I can wake the float up. I'm assuming it's a float anyway. There we go. 170, but it still doesn't say I got full tank. There we go. So it still works. I'm just wondering whether it's getting slow with age. I know I keep going on about it, but the BHP remap on this, just coming up that hill then, 4th gear, before it would have been really like chugging up the hill. Didn't even, like, there's no hesitation at all. It's really nice. Oh, they're just going straight to the front, are they? Yeah, I guess that's how traffic works, mate. That's stupid. Why is everyone doing that? What the f is going on? Is this a normal thing in Wales? Where bikes just go up the left and turn right? I am one for the odd bit of dangerous riding because fun, but doing that is just stupid, no? Like, it's not exactly an impossible junction for cars to pull out of. I'm not really a fan of that. It's a bit stupid. Just pull out and then overtake them. Going up the left of people then turning right is stupid. Like, that's just waiting for an accident to happen. But one of the biggest things I've missed doing on the Super Duke versus the Super Adventure is the little jumps off of, like, when the road goes over a hump or whatever, and on this you just give it a bit of a handful and you can take off, and it's really funny. And I don't really do that on the Super Duke because obviously there's half the amount of suspension travel. Well, actually, Sam, you'll find that 78% of crashes happen within 5 mile radius of home. Well, it's lucky I'm 8 miles away from home then. That noise! A little bit of rev limiter, we'll just gloss over that. You're going to be watching me on that camera quite a lot, I think. Because I'm doing the speed limit, obviously, but, you know, I just want you to see my reaction. Oh my god, I love this thing! Can't hear anything apart from the airbox. What a bike! What a bike! Right, thank you very much for joining me on this video. I know it's been a bit of a nothing really, but it's been absolutely delightful to basically rekindle my passion for this bike. sort of giving myself a kick up the arse to actually sort it out and get all the bits replaced on it that I needed, or replace all the bits, should I say. I didn't get them replaced because I did it myself. And actually use this bike for once. I think that's the big thing, is that I didn't necessarily need to use this. I could have used the Super Duke, but I decided for this trip I'm going to use this bike, give it a bit of a run and everything. I'm really, really pleased I did actually. Made me question whether I even want to get rid of it. Thank you very, very much for joining me. Anyway, I'm going to go and say hello to my puppy, and Emma. Probably should say hello to Emma as well. I will see you, hopefully, in next week's video, if not the week after. I'll try and get a video done for next week. And have a lovely rest of your weekend. Okay, goodbye.